All right, guys, what's up? Youth Director back again. Next morning after part 3 of our home theater riser build. And I wanted to show you what we're going to work on today. Found out while we were having an issue with our steps. They were kind of like creaking and also like falling down and so forth off of the framework. So let me show you what's going on. All right, so on this side of our framework, it's not really reaching the floor. So it has a gap down here. And because of this gap, whenever I was stepping on the steps would fall down and reach the floor because of the weight that I was putting on it. So I wanted to figure that out, what it was. And so it's partly the steps and the fact that the wood kind of warped whenever it set outside before I used it. But also more so really this framework needs to kind of be tweaked a little bit to make sure that it does make contact with the floor. So we're going to work on that today. Okay, pretty happy. I found out that by just taking some of these trusses and turning them over and then flipping them backwards, it corrected the problem. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. This large one right here, all I had to do with it was just turn it over. But this first truss and this second one, I had to actually turn those over and flip them backwards. But once I did, made it to where there's no space there at the bottom all the way across. So our steps should be good now. We're well supported with the contact with the floor. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing put back together and then get moving forward. Well, we have those screwed back in, the trusses, and they look a lot better than they did. Now, I did have an issue at the very, very end to where my pretty new to me Craftsman drill went out on me. So I'm gonna check with Lowe's, see if I have any kind of warranty on that. But yeah, you guys can see the clutch on it, whenever you hold it, or whenever it tries to screw anything in. Let me see if I can find something. Okay, here, like right here. So you can hear the clutch is disengaging and no longer allowing it to screw in or drive in screws and things like that. So I'm gonna go back to Lowe's, see what they got for me, see what they can do. Okay, false alarm on the drill. I got the drill up, called Lowe's, called Craftsman. It's gonna have Craftsman send me a new one. And I was talking to the guy and I noticed something on my drill didn't quite look right. So here's what it looked like. This is the selector for speeds. So speed was like that. And I didn't notice it. I must have hit it but somehow and just didn't notice it. And with the speed set like that, here's the issue you'll have. However, with the speed set correctly, all the way on 1 or 2, there we are. So you can see it actually does work. I was pretty happy. I did not have to travel to Lowe's. I didn't have to wait for a new drill to come in the mail or anything like that. So we can go ahead and get on with this project. But yeah, so if you ever have a drill from Craftsman set halfway between speed 1 and 2, you know, it's not going to engage the clutch. And so don't think it's a warranty issue like me. All right, guys, so we decided to go to the store and get us another piece of 2x8. This time we got 2x8x10. So here you go. This one's much straighter than the other one. Should be able to make this into some steps pretty well with no issues like we have with the other ones. They warped and we couldn't really make anything out of it. So let's get this off the car, show you a couple of new things I got to help out shore this up and make it nice and sturdy, and we'll get to work. So here's our 2x8x10 now. Got a couple extra feet this time. And then we had to go get some more sinkers, 16D penny nails, and some more construction screws. And we got 12 of these, some are still in the bag, mending plates. Those mending plates are going to help us to put the two sections of the framework together just a little bit better and a little bit tighter. Once again, we have the wood cut for the steps. This wood is a lot more square, not so wavy like what we had with the other wood. So hopefully this will work out well and it'll go on to the framework and we can get beyond this point. Looks like we finally have the 9 inches that we were looking for. Right on the dot. All right, so these steps are going to be much, much better. I'm so glad I went to the store, got some more 2x8s, and made some new steps out of these. So I'll let you give it a look real quick. Now this one has a slight bend at the top, but it will have a piece of sheathing going over the outside of it. But it's solid. It's so much more solid, so much more flat than it was before. This other one, very, very nice. Really happy with these. And then those mending strips that we got, tack some here in the bottom, and I'll put some on the top as well. that's a wrap for part 4 of the home theater riser build. Pretty happy with where we ended up today. It's starting to look like a riser. All we have left is to put the electrical in and to cover it with carpet. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And we'll see you next time.